Yeah, I just wanted to do a little quick video here with using their layout editor. I have 100 by 100 meter paths here, and I have 3 objects here within the paths. Apparently right here within this path, because I already have it saved, I have these 3 items available because that's the items that are available within the path that's saved. Like for instance, if we look here within file editor and we try to open, these are the items that I have, the layouts that I have saved. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, just for an example here so that you guys will know, I'm gonna cancel this out here. I'm within the zone here of the 100 paths. Within the zone here, I'm gonna, let's see this place, I'm gonna save this layout on 6, and let's say I'm gonna name it whatever, you know. So I know I'm not spelling it right, but whatever. Let's see. I'm gonna hit OK here. Okay. Now if you go to layout editor, oh, by the way, before you start loading all this, you have to make sure that the layout editor, that the freeze layout check mark is checked. Otherwise, when you load your items, so your items are gonna drop all the way down to the bottom. And so it's got to make sure that you have this checked out here so that your items will be freeze wherever the zones that you save them as. Okay, so far I'm gonna go ahead and open up whatever. That's the one that we just saved now, just now. So we're gonna open that up, double click on it or hit OK. I'm gonna double click here, and obviously we have these 3 items here that I just saved under whatever, as you can see here, and each item is named, and you can see a little picture of the item, which is kind of cool, so you kind of see what you're working with. Okay, so now I'm gonna go ahead and for example, I'm gonna grab this mod PK26 that PQ26 that I have here, and I don't know, see if these variables that you see here are X, Y, and Z variables here, and the heading. Okay, now the X variable that you see here moves the objects to your left. So the higher the number on X, the more to the left it moves. Now the Y variable is a variable that moves the objects away from you. So the higher the variable, the farther away from you the items move. Now the Z variable is a number that moves the object up. So the higher the variable on Z, the higher up the item goes. And as you see on heading variable is actually the position, like twist of the objects. Like if you wanted to face to the left, then you would play around with this heading. So right now all these objects should be under 0 or close to 0, and yeah, obviously, yeah, they're all at 0, so they're all facing one direction within the paths. Okay, so now I'm gonna play with this object here, the MOD PQ26, and I'm gonna go ahead and let's see here. I'm gonna play around with the X, which should move the item or the object to the left here. I'm gonna save this just in case, so I can put it back where it was. I'm gonna move this up to 20, and what I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna hit File, Save. Now under this place, I'm gonna, let's see, layout options, I'm gonna load the whatever that's saved, and that should move. When we load this up, it should move the PQ26 to the left, as you see obviously here. You can see the door out of place because we just moved the object to the left here. So now you kind of see how that works a little bit there. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put this item back, because I saved, and I'm gonna put it back where it was. File, Save. I'm gonna go back to this place, layout options, and load whatever back on there to the original, and that should load all these 3 items back where it's supposed to be, where it was. Now the cool thing that I figured out, which I didn't know, I just figured out, many people don't know, is I'm gonna go by I'm not gonna mess with the foundation. I'm gonna leave that alone. But I'm gonna go with the locked door and the PQ26. Now I'm gonna go by the door here. So what I'm gonna do is if I grab and drag this PQ26 under the locked door, now what it does here, it combines both, so that when you actually, go ahead and edit the locked door, let's see here, it's under position. Here's the general position. I'm gonna copy that. I'm gonna move this, let's see, to 20. Okay, and I'm gonna save. I'm gonna see what it does here. Save, and I'm gonna reload this here.
Regardless of what our fathers did not do for us.
Okay, to original.
We'll give the strength of our arms and the rest of our days to loving God with all that we
now, if you notice here,
to teach our children to do the
that
same.
all three objects were loaded, but the door didn't stay in place. The door moved along with the PQ26 because that's what we binded it to. We binded this PQ26 to this locked door, so that when I move the door, this automatically adjusts itself to the numbers, the variables that we moved according to the door, which is kind of cool. This is what I like. So anything that you have within, like for instance, this PQ26, I have it bounded to the locked door, which is cool because it's under it. So that's kind of cool. If you ever want to move like a whole section or a whole house with all your objects in it, if you want to move up, down, left, then what you would do, you bind it to a certain object. But if I just individually just move, let's see, the door, I'm gonna save this first before I move it. Let's see. Copy. And I'm gonna move it to, I'm gonna put a negative, put negative 19 there, and I'm gonna save here. Okay, and now I'm gonna move, go ahead and let's see what happens here. Load whatever, original, and see what happened now. That what moved here is not the door, but the PQ26 is what moved. So what I'm gonna do back over here, readjust it the way it was, because that's what we're moving. Paste, file, save. This place, okay. Layout, load layout. Gosh, whatever. Back to the original, and that should lock up again with the PQ26 as the way it was. So now if I just move, just what's bounded to it, I can move this back to, I can't remember what it was, I think 0. I'll save, and this place, layout options, load layout, whatever, back to the original, and we can see here everything moves back within that zone. Okay, I hope this was somewhat instructive. If not, whatever.